You know what? It worked out exactly like I was afraid it was going to. It was a competitive match, and it shouldn't have been because the announcers told us numerous times that McAfee only had 2 weeks of training, and here he was, going toe-to-toe with your gold standard champion who held the title longer than anybody, and he's going toe-to-toe with him in a competitive match. Did Pat McAfee go out there and embarrass himself? No, I mean, he was fine. He was being led by one of the greatest workers in the business right now, Adam Cole, pound for pound. And
pound for pound, wow. Exactly. A little backhanded compliment there.
That's like, how can you not go in there and have a passable camp match with Adam Cole? Because that's what that match was. That was like a intro to wrestling camp match with one flip and one superplex. That's what that was. It made Cole look weak, and on top of it, McAfee got beat clean. So where do you go from there? Well, what was the whole point of this nonsense? I thought you would have had some run-ins and some schmazes or something, but...
So what's a schmaz?
Yeah, you'll figure it. I'll tell you in post-production.
Schmaz.
We'll tell you in post.
But, yeah, I mean...
Who else knows what a schmaz
and
is?
I'll talk about this later. I thought the rest of the show was fantastic, but I don't see what they got out of it. And quite honestly, I don't think Pat McAfee is as popular as people would think. Even Diamond Dave, who has a hard-on for him, I don't think he's as popular as people think. And
what the fuck is wrong with
I just
that
think
guy?
the whole thing was kind of a waste.
Okay,
Answer.
Answer. Go for
I
it.
thought it was great. I thought it was a great match.
You thought it was a great match. You're saying the word great.
It
Great. That was a great match.
It accomplished what it needed to accomplish.
So it was great.
Oh, maybe not great, but it was
Passable, I would say.
It was a very good match.
Not embarrassing.
It wasn't embarrassing. Here's the thing:
Not
yes,
great.
WWE, who were the idiots that said, "Oh, he's only been doing it for 2 weeks." He said on his own show, his rookie year in the NFL, he bought a ring and started training from then. So he's been training for 10 years because he was a rookie in 09 and bought
On and off.
on and off. But I don't know what training camp matches I've had where I've done a superplex off the top rope or done a dive onto people on the outside of the ring.
Weren't lucky enough to have ceilings high enough to do a superplex.
That's
I was in a barn with no heater.
Yep. I was in a garage. Do you think the match should have gone that long?
Since he was able to go and they had a solid match throughout the whole thing, yeah, they could have went that long.
Because, I mean, I've seen Adam
15,
Cole...
It was like 15 minutes.
I've seen Adam Cole tattoo guys and knock them cold in 3 seconds flat. He's out there having a competitive match with a guy who's had 2 weeks training.
That's bigger than him.
By their story.
That's bigger than him. And
He wrestled Keith Lee, and they went, the distance like that, and it was a competitive match. I expect him to have a competitive match with Keith Lee, not Pat McAfee, Christian's brother.
one of your questions about what did Pat bring to this match. He brought eyeballs to the match, which you don't believe, but it's true. This dude
just
has
you have a hard-on for
following.
him doesn't mean
it's
he's
not.
popular.
Go look it up, dude. It doesn't have anything to do with a hard-on or not.
Dude, there's girls on Instagram who open presents in a bikini and get more views than Pat McAfee.
Oh my God!
This
is coming from the guy who's not even on social media, but yet he knows the numbers. So
I go on YouTube.
Take it with a grain of salt. Should the match have gone that long? Yes, it should have gone that long because you want to make it entertaining. You want to get Pat over a little bit, and Adam did a phenomenal job of leading this match and bringing it home to the promised land to give you a good, not great, but good match. And goddamn, I wish there was a crowd. Wish there was a crowd there because that thing would have been lit.
Have you never heard of stalling? Why did McAfee have to get right in the ring and start wrestling with him? He could have done his little thing. He could have chicken shitted out. He could have bailed on the outside. Could have talked some smack with his NFL boys. AJ Hawk could have vaped in his face or something. They could have done a million different things instead of having this guy with 2 weeks training, as they told us, go out there and be competitive with your standard of the industry.
This particular match is a classic match that I could sit there and go back and forth with myself and be right and wrong on each side. On Andrew and Dave's side, from an entertainment standpoint, if I didn't know that Pat McAfee, I'll just say from this, if I didn't know that Pat McAfee, by the way, Dave is right, he's pushing 1 million subscribers on YouTube and almost 800,000 followers on Instagram. That's somebody that we can say as far as in today's day and age, and I know you don't know about the face page and the Instagrams.
He's still on MySpace.
Couldn't they have brought in Dave Blazarian then? I mean,
That's Dan Bill's
Damn, Dave.
But in any regard,
He
so
calls everyone Dave.
But so from like an entertainment standpoint, I thought it was really good. I felt like the flip over the ropes or whatever into the group of guys was really cool. The superplex, the fact that he did like the backflip off the top rope, landed on his feet, and Adam Cole was like, oh, I thought it was an entertaining match. And for a guy who had only trained a couple weeks, which is kind of a lie because Andrew had pointed out the guy's had a wrestling ring and has probably been practicing that shit for years. But for somebody who's relatively new, I thought the match was really good. Quinn, on the flip side of this debate, and equally as correct and equally as valid, the storyline behind this is complete trash. And you laid out why the storyline is complete and utter trash. No, you're 100% right that the fact is, from a storyline standpoint, from a writing standpoint, from a script standpoint, it is awful that somebody with hardly any training came in and essentially went toe-to-toe with your champion for 15 minutes.